the most terrifying monster, the most powerful monster, the most evil monster to ever grace the new world. Oh yes, my fellow hunters, welcome one and all back to builds using Fatalis equipment, because all of them are better now. Probably need something a bit more catchy, but today it's time for the perfect version of an old classic, the Pokemon Palico. The Palico kills the monster so you don't have to. The put your controller down, walk away, make a cup of tea,
and wait for all this to blow over.
And then come back and collect your rewards. So this also happens to double up as just the best support template that you could ask for, thanks to Fatalis letting us do, well, ridiculous things. But first and foremost, then, what is the actual goal here? Well, it's simple. You stand there, not moving, not attacking, occasionally drinking potions and applying buffs as the monster flails uselessly as it is slowly chipped away. Now, this is me being extra extreme here. There's nothing stopping you attacking as well. There's nothing stopping you using this in a group of 4 hunters, and then they're the 3 people that you're superpowering and keeping alive. Honestly, it's kind of a...
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
But look! The answer to, can you have your Palico kill a monster while you stand there enjoying the cool, refreshing taste of Mega Potions? Yes, the answer is yes. And it's really, really awesome. See, thanks to Fatalis armor, we can now combine 3 things we have never been able to combine before, and it makes all the difference. The first of which is the Immortality package. Your divine protection, your recovery ups your defense. The Pokemon Palico package, the Palico Rally, and your wide range. And now for the third one, of which there has previously never before been space. The eat lots of things and eat them really fast package. Your speed eating, which is just nice to have, but the champion here, free meal secret, so that 75% of the time, you don't consume an item. And to prove the point of just how potent it is... And it works, you know, on everything that you eat, including something as simple as every time your cat busts out the Meowcano for huge damage, have a Might Pill, and you can make that damage even huger. And indeed, at this point, it might be worth saying that yes, your Palico should be equipped in the best armor, which is now Fatalis, and also it looks fantastic, and a Meowlatov gadget at max proficiency for max damage, and the weapon of choice is whichever Palico weapon has the most element that the monster is weak to. Our test dummy here is Seething Basilgeuse, so we want ourselves the Frostfang Ice Weapon. So, to the build itself then that powers this psychopathic little mini Fatalis / Palico. Well, it is fairly simple. It's quite the Black Dragon medley. Now, the hunting horn, to address that straight away, is here because, again, in a world where I'm not being super restrictive on myself, there's nothing really stopping you just playing your Palico some attack songs and having him do an even faster job. I did one at the beginning of the hunt, and then that was about me done. But it's also nice to get your extra 2 force slots. 4 bits of Fatalis for, again, maximum slottage and the set bonuses, all the secrets that we need, and then Elatrion Boots was the lovely pièce de résistance because it comes with 3 defense, which is really good, and still has the slottage that we need because we don't really need 4 slots in this build, we just need slots in general, which you will see when it comes to the decorations. And those decorations are. So, as you can see, we end up with quite the fun little skill list. Now, we can only have defense up to 6 instead of 7, which is, you know, it's fine. The key here is having our Divine Blessing, along with Recovery Up, which is slotted into the Mantle. Now, technically, you can have your Recovery Up come with the Brace and have Maintenance in the Mantle, which needs to be rock steady, so you can just stand there and do this. But I like to have extra uptime on the Affinity Booster, which you want for your cat, just so it kills things that much faster. You don't need that much more potency from your healing, because you essentially have infinite healing pumping into you thanks to speed eating and free meal. But at the very least, earplugs is just there as the best way to get the divine protection that you need. It's nice not to get rolled out in this small amount of downtime you may have without Rocksteady, because look, although this is happening in the arena, which is the perfect testing ground because the monster doesn't run anywhere else, so you can just have your Palico pile on and fight it and see if this is even possible. In an actual map, of course, every 5 minutes or so, the monster will change to another zone, which you might think is a lot worse than the arena, but it's actually much easier to do this in an actual map, because in an actual map, you can summon an extra little feline helper, thanks to the Boa Boa gadget, and you can get a Tail Raider 2, all of which are affected by your wide range buffs, and there is much more environmental factors that can come into play to help you, like dropping stuff on the monster or turf wars and such, and generally kill times get a lot faster if you're running around it after the map. But of course that running around means that Rocksteady doesn't last forever, so it will come on and off throughout the hunt. In any case, the rest is kinda, well, fairly what you'd expect. The speed eating is there, the free meal is there, the rally is there, the wide range is there. It's kind of just the what you need to make this work setup, and indeed it does make this work. So, talking of working, what is the process? Well, of course, start the hunt and buff your Palico up. Chiefly the demon drugs, but an initial round of your seeds and your powders don't go amiss, and then it's time to head to the monster. At which point, I like to give it the one little bit of an attack up play from the hunting horn, and the rest just kinda happens. You sit there in Rocksteady, you monitor your health, give yourself a top up, the same with the Palico. Every time it does Meowcano, I like to throw on a Might Pill, obviously on cooldown, command it to do all of its abilities, and slowly just whittle away as you imagine, well, whatever it is you feel like imagining. Do you think that healing potions taste of apple? And then, eventually, with a little bit of help from Dragonator and some rocks, because, look, again, you don't need to just literally stand there doing nothing. That's a self-imposed rule to see if this is possible, but eventually you have yourself a dead target and a really, really lovely, fun little quirky build to be getting on with. Now, of course, it is probably more advantageous to replace some of these skills with damage for yourself, use this build as a mega support, but that is a different build altogether, and eventually the ultimate true support build will pop up, but I couldn't not give the Palico its final bow when it comes to Iceborne and Master Rank. And I also love that the final kill screen here looks like it's Shara Ishvalda just punching a Basilgeuse from above. It's like a rock fist. So, how long did it take, you ask me? Well, about 41 minutes of standing there, healing, buffing, whistling for abilities, and mostly watching my Palico stab the explodey angry monster. And you might ask yourself, is that worth it when you could just kill it? Well, the answer would be, I guess maybe not, but look, it's cool that this is possible. Don't judge me, alright? And obviously, as you go higher and higher up the difficulty of monsters, you have to chug more and more potions, so you might have to restock, but it really is not the end of the day. I literally had this entire 41 minutes sustained by my starting 10 mega potions, 2 max potions, and 10 normal potions. That's just how good free meal secret is. Alright guys, that is your lot. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kinda relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.